Okay, so this is advanced reading of John Stuart Mill on liberty. I'm Eric. So welcome everyone. Oh, good. Okay, we've got some new students here. Okay, so we got some good people coming in. That makes me happy. Got Soso. How are you doing today, Soso? Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? That's cool. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, good. Asham can hear me. All right. How about the rest of you? Okay, good. Okay.
Mind.
Wait, now you can't hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, good. Okay, good, good. We'll do a check here. Let's see. Soso, could you hear me?
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, that's okay. How are you doing today,
I was talking, and no green line under my picture.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Hello, Razgul.
Oh, my connection. It's very slow.
It's very slow. Man. Got to get some more money from Batman, right?
Batman is somewhere in the computer. I think. Destroying my computer and connection.
How dare you. Good deal. So how are you doing today, Razgul?
Sorry?
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Good. Where did you say you were from again?
I'm from Albany, New York.
Oh, okay, from New York. Great. Okay. Good deal. How's the weather in New York? It's got to be freezing there too.
Man, it's the refrigerator.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's minus 1 or 2 Fahrenheit, I think.
Whoa.
That's rough. Let me see what. I'm gonna have to see what it is right now in Logan, Utah. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm at 3 degrees right now.
I hate cold.
Yeah, cold is brutal.
26 and I feel cool.
Oh, it's 26
How are you?
Yeah.
Because here is so warm in the day, so hot in the day.
Johnny, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia, Barranquilla.
Okay, Colombia. Okay, good deal. All right. And Johnny, tell me, why are you learning English?
Okay, it's a personal goal. For me, for my career, is a good skill. You know, because I am engineer and I try to get a better job in order to learn English.
No, that's perfect. That's great. Okay, well, good. Let's see. We've got Lendit. How you doing today, Lendit? You're back. I'm glad to see
I'm fine.
You. Good. Glad to have you back. Let's see. Then we've got MD Farden. MD Farden. Should I just say mid or Farden? You there?
Hello.
Oh, good. Okay. Should I say MD? Is that how you want me to call you? Is MD or
MD Fardeen.
MD Fardeen. Okay, good.
Okay.
MD Fardeen. Where are you from?
I am from India.
India. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. All right. What time is it over there?
10:35.
10:35. Okay. In the morning, guys. It's 10. It's 10 over here, but at night. So.
Okay.
Good deal. All right. And so, why are you learning English?
Actually, my syllabus is all syllabus in English, but my communication skill is not good.
Okay. Okay. So we're practicing speaking and communicating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Then we got Yosef. Welcome. How you doing, Yosef?
What?
Oh, I was talking to Yosef. Yosef, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh no, we're talking to now. I'm trying to see if Joseph will respond.
Yes, hello.
Actually,
There we go. Joseph, how are you?
Hi, Eric. I'm fine, thank you. How are
Good,
you? How
good,
about you?
good. What's this picture? What is that picture that you have for your face?
It's a Dumbo. It's a Dumbo. It is a famous, I don't know, a famous Japanese doll. I don't know, Chinese doll. It's just reading. You can't see it clearly?
No, I can't. It just looks interesting. That's why I was curious about what that was.
Yeah, it's called Dumbo doll. I don't know, something like that.
Interesting. Okay, well, interesting. And where are you from?
I'm from Yemen.
Okay, Yemen. Oh, good deal.
Yemen, yeah, and my native is Arabic.
Oh, nice, nice Arabic. Okay, that would be a fun language to learn for sure.
Yeah, and tough language at the same time.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I couldn't imagine. I only know English and I know Portuguese, and I'm trying to learn a little Spanish, but learning
You
these
already
languages-
You already knows Portuguese, so it's gonna be easy to learn Spanish.
It
Yeah.
should be. It should be. We're working on it. We're a little bit at a time. Okay. Let's see. Then we've got Huyen. How you doing today, Huyen?
Hello, I'm doing fine.
Good. I'm glad you're back. How's your day been?
It's been great. Have fun. Yeah.
Good. Have you done anything? What have you done?
Oh, I joined grouping classes.
Okay. Good. 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 How were some of the other classes today?
Actually, there was some technical difficulties, so I just joined the singing class, and it was very fun.
Mr. Lennon was mentioning that everyone's having problems.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Okay, and then we've got, let's see, Imad. Oh, okay. Imad, were you in my class earlier today?
Yes, 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 I was.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're back. How you doing?
Thank you, I'm good, I'm fine, thank you.
Good, great to hear. Okay, let's see. So, I think I've got everyone here. And we've got anyone in the chat that isn't participating? Let's see. Welcome to everyone else. So, good in that there. Okay.
Maria is not here, I think.
Maria's not here. Where's E? Is E not joining us today? Yada. Okay. Okay, well, good. Let's see. So, Oscar. Hello, Oscar. Okay. And then we got Iris.
Alice and Johnny.
Johnny, okay. Wait, isn't Johnny? Johnny's in her class, isn't it? Yeah, Johnny's in the class, unless that's a different Johnny.
Jay, Honey, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, so did everyone get a chance to download what I put on the class, the excerpts that we're going to read? Did everyone download the excerpts?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you didn't, go ahead and grab it. And if you don't even want to do that, I will go ahead and give you. This is what we're reading today, pulling from. Is On Liberty. Okay. 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 So, what I wanted to do is, I felt like it might be easier for me to grab bits and pieces and put them in a Word document rather than read from the source. I tried to teach some John Stuart Mill, was it yesterday? And John Stuart Mill, he's very talkative. He just goes on and on and on about one thing, and he used big words, and it's kind of frustrating, actually. So I wanted to try and make it easier to digest and to use. So we're going to do that. There's no one here that was in my John Stuart Mill class yesterday, right? Or no?
I
No.
did.
Okay,
Yes,
oh,
I
that's
did.
right. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to make it a little different, and hopefully it'll be a little smoother. That's the plan. Okay? Okay, so for everyone else, who Yen already knows, does anyone know who John Stuart Mill is?
I know.
Okay, good. Good, so we got Hesham knows. Does anyone else know?
He was from England. And he's already
yeah.
dead.
Good, yeah, he's from England. Okay, yeah. So he's a political philosopher, and like we talked about the other night, at least with Hu Yan, he's also a moral philosopher, right? So he talks about what is good, right, and what's the right thing to do. Okay, so I will give a little background, and then we'll start reading. Okay. So one of the things that John Stuart Mill talks about is a thing called utilitarianism, right? Which basically says that when we're trying to decide what is the right thing to do, whatever brings the most amount of happiness to the most amount of people is the right thing to do, okay? And whatever causes the most amount of pain to the most amount of people is the wrong thing to do, right? So again, we can lie, we can say white lies if it makes people feel good and it doesn't hurt people, right? But not big lies. We don't want to hurt people, right? But like, you know, if I have a wife and she says, "Do I look fat in this dress?" I would say no, even if maybe she does, okay? Because I want to make her feel good, okay? Okay. Razgul, you have a good night, okay? Okay. Today we're going to talk about on liberty, right? Let's see.
Solo language.
There we go. Okay. And on liberty is a political piece where it talks about freedoms, right? So the thing we're going to read today is about the freedom to express ourselves, to give our own opinions, okay? So it should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and jump into it, all right? We're going to start the screen share, and we're going to go ahead and look at this. First of all, let me see. We're going to try and zoom this in as much as we can. How's that? Does that look okay, you guys?
Maybe a little bit more.
A little bit more. Let me see.
Eric,
Yes?
why don't you tell them about Stuart's life? It's a very interesting one.
About John Stuart Mill's life?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that is a good point. Okay, so John Stuart Mill, he was raised by his dad, who was also a philosopher, and he had a friend named Jeremy Bentham, another philosopher, and they basically raised John Stuart Mill from a very young age to be a philosopher, right, and also to be very educated. So I think, you know, by the time he was 5 or 6, he already knew Latin and Greek, and he was very, very smart. Didn't send him to normal public schools, right? They kind of taught him at home. By the time he got to his teenage years, he actually hit a very deep depression, right? He was very messed up, and then he put himself back together. He read a lot of poetry, read some more philosophy, and got together. He was also one of the first philosophers to really push for women's rights, right? He was very much for women's rights. He also was very influential as far as some of the freedoms that some countries have as far as freedom of the press. Okay. Was there anything else you wanted me to add, Hashem? Anything that you know that maybe I've forgotten?
No, just his childhood, and you said it.
Okay, good, good.
Very interesting. His father teach him all of these things in home without sending him to public schools.
Right, right. Basically, they just stuffed his brain full of everything. So.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And I, personally, Schopenhauer and John Stuart Mill are some of my favorite philosophers because they write very beautifully, right? So.
Schopenhauer, yeah.
Okay, and then let's see. Lendit, you ask, why do all the philosophers are dead? Or so, is it why are all the philosophers dead?
Yeah, because nowadays we don't have philosophers, or maybe we have, but they are not as much as they used to be.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, there are, but they're not as big, right?
Yeah.
There's some that I can think of that teach at universities, right? That I think they're pretty impressive, but you're right. They're not big shots. So. Okay, good.
They got big when they die, I think.
What's that?
I think philosophers get a very big name when they die.
That's true. I think that's true. They do better when they die. Right? They're like painters. I think painters always their paintings are worth more money when they die. So that's the way you become famous. Just die. Okay, good. Oh, we got another student. Brenda, how are you?
Hi, fine, and you?
Good. Brenda, where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Great. Okay. And so, Brenda, why are you learning English?
It's because I need improve my English for my job, and I just try with Berlin thing.
Okay. Well, awesome. I'm glad you're here, Brenda.
Thank you.
Okay. So, you guys, let's go ahead and jump. Let's start reading here because we've got a lot I want to cover and not a whole lot of time. Okay. So, this is the first part that I think is kind of important from John Stuart Mill. Can I have a volunteer to read this? So we'll read it, and then we'll ask any questions if you guys have any questions about the words, and then we'll explain it, okay? So can someone read it for me?
I'll start.
Can you pull up your screen? Because I can hear you.
I forgot to do that.
Good.
Okay, how about now?
Perfect.
Okay, good.
I believe it's better if we open the document.
Yes, if you guys can open the document too, that'd be great. And I'll just tell you we're on the first paragraph.
Okay, I can start?
Yeah, if you want to start, that's fine.
Okay, I can.
Okay.
Okay, it's a chapter 2 of the liberty of thought and discussion. The time.
Oh, okay, Brenda, I think we've got you on a different one here.
You share that? I don't know, it's okay.
Let's see. So the link that I have is one of them that we want to look at, but I just grabbed some excerpts. Did you download my excerpts from On Liberty?
Yeah, I got that one.
Okay, yeah, so we're looking at the Word document.
I put the link.
Okay, I can read it.
Okay. Oh, good. Thank you, Landon.
Thank you so much.
Hoped is one.
I just opened.
Okay, sure. Okay, so let's go back there and you can read it for us, Brenda. Go ahead.
Okay. Excerpts from On Liberty. The only freedom which deserves the name is that on pursuing our own good in our own way. So long as we do not attempt to deprive others of theirs, or impede their efforts to obtain it. Each is the proper guardian of his own health, whether bodily or mental or spiritual. Mankind are greater gainers by suffering each other to live as seems good to themselves, than by compelling each to live as seems good to the rest.
Perfect. Good, Brenda. Okay. Let's go ahead and say impede for me again. Impede.
Impede.
And then guardian.
Okay. Guardian.
Yes.
Guardian.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think spiritual.
I'm sorry. How?
Spiritual. Yes, that good. Spiritual. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So this again, guys, don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel scared about this. I know it's a little harder, but it's okay because we're gonna take it apart and we're gonna figure it out together. Okay. So, do you guys have any questions about any of these words?
Pursuing.
Pursuing. Good. All right. Let's see.
Pursuing happiness.
Yes, pursuing. Okay. So, what does pursuing mean, you guys?
To chase something, to go.
Chase after.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, to go after. All right. Good job, you guys. Okay. What else? What are the questions?
Deprive.
Deprive. All right. What does it mean to deprive?
To take away.
Yes. Excellent. To take away. Okay.
Compelling.
Compelling, yeah.
Compelling. Okay.
Compelling.
Does anyone know what compelling means?
To force.
Yes. Perfect. To force. Right. So I am forcing you to live as seems good to the rest if I compel you to. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
How about impede? Impede.
Perfect. Okay. What does impede mean?
To prevent.
Slow
down.
Their effort to obtain.
Yeah. Prevent or stop
limit,
or slow.
To limit.
Yeah, to limit could be good. Yeah. Good. Okay. So we've got those ones. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Good. All right, you guys. What does he mean here? What is this saying? Can anyone explain that might understand?
I think.
Go ahead.
Silence.
I think it's kind of definition for the freedom. If someone respects another people on their opinion or in their kind of liberty, this would make others to suffer from this limit.
Okay. Okay. Any other thoughts?
I believe it's about the freedom is when you do your beliefs and you try to live with other people and don't bother other with that. I don't know.
No. I think you've got a good start there. That's good. That's good, Brenda. Okay. So, and then Imad as well. So, okay, what he's saying here is the good freedom, the freedom we want, is each of us take care of our own selves. I will take care of me, right? And then here, mankind, we benefit. We are better off by letting everyone do their own thing, take care of their own selves, than by making everyone live the way that we want them to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In fact, that part is what I can understand very well.
Okay. So again, he's saying mankind are greater gainers. So we are better off, right? Mankind, everyone is better off by suffering others to live. So letting other people live as they want to. Okay, we let other people live as they want to, instead of making them live the way we want them to. Okay. So let me give you a good example. Okay, and then you guys tell me if this is something that you agree with or not. Okay. So John Stuart Mill is saying, okay, I need to let other people do what they want, and I will be better off by letting them do what they want, and they let me do what I want. So let's say that if I want to smoke wherever I want, okay, I can do it as long as I'm not hurting anyone else. Okay, I should be allowed to smoke as much as I want, and if they want to, do drugs, as long as they're not hurting me or anyone else, I should allow them to do drugs. Okay. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's very hard.
That's true.
It's very hard, I think.
Okay. So
I agree.
If you don't take the limits, if you don't put the limits on something, it may have a huge demand, and it will be very hard for some people to reach it. For example, if I allowed the people to buy cars in one country, for example, make this freedom. I push this freedom far away because the cars will become very expensive after few weeks, for example. So you should limit everything because I think people, if they let to do as they want, they will reach will end by by a huge mass of problems. I don't know. I think it would be very possible if we allow everyone to take a role and take charge and do whatever you want. All the people will chase only the best, and they will leave anything others. For example, if you were allowed to choose your job or your study in university, in your freedom, all of us would take the highest or the best specialty, while another jobs will still empty and will lose control. I don't know, but
Okay, no. So you cut out a little bit. Your connection wasn't perfect, but from what I understand, right? So you disagree. You think it's a little more complicated, right? We can't let everyone do everything they want because it'll cause problems. Not everyone can have everything, right? Is that what you're saying? Imad, is that what you're saying? Okay, good. Okay, no, I agree. All right, and then Hashem, you said that you agreed, right?
Yeah, I agreed.
Okay, did you have any thoughts on that?
He was very clear on that point. He said that unless I didn't hurt anyone, I do what I ever want.
Okay.
I'm free to do everything. You can't say to me don't smoke or don't do something. I know it's not your business unless I hurted you by anything or hurted anyone. So I think there is a limit for it, and the limit is not to hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So that should definitely be a limit. Okay. So let me ask some other questions here. What about? I don't know how you guys in your countries. Do you guys have seatbelt laws in cars? Do you have to wear your seatbelt or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Awesome.
Yes. So John Stuart Mill would say we can't make people wear seatbelts, right? We should allow them if they don't want to wear seatbelts. That's their choice, right? Do you agree with that or disagree? Should we make people wear seatbelts, or you agree with John Stuart Mill and say it's up to them?
I believe if it is necessary because we can see the effects when you don't use it, you know, but not the whole people use it because they don't better understand the importance of this situation or thing. I don't know how can I say, but I believe we have to do, but not the whole people have the conscience. Yeah, I believe that. I don't know if I asked the question. I answered the question.
Okay. No, that's good. No, that makes sense, right? There's some people that maybe are not aware. So that raises another good question, okay? So at least, in some places, I would say you have to be 18 or you have to be an adult before you can do what you want, right? So it would be fair to say you have to be a certain age or you have to be old enough before you can start drinking or smoking or doing drugs, right? Do you think that's fair, or should we allow, teenagers or kids to start smoking if they want?
We should put an age for this, I think.
Okay, so it's fair to have an age when you can start having freedom, right?
Yeah, but I have a point. One of the seatbelt points you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wisdom to make if you put your seatbelt. If you didn't put your seatbelt while you are driving, I will say it like something you pay if the policeman watched you not putting on the seatbelt. This is not a wisdom, because if in this point here in Egypt we have this law, by the way. Most of us just don't put our seatbelts, but when we having a police near us, we put the seatbelt. It's desirable things also to make the blocked things.
Okay.
Okay. So to force one to do something that he don't want, it's a really bad thing to do.
Okay, that's good. That's good, Payne. So we got Maria.
Sure.
Yes.
I have a point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I believe it's very difficult to be 100% free, because in the world we live with other people, and they have their own interest in each thing, and sometimes you have to think in that, and for that reason it's very difficult to be 1% free, because maybe the thing I want, I don't know how can I say, like a estorba. It's like impede. I don't know the word.
Keep going.
Okay, my interest stop another idea for other people, interest for other people, and for that reason sometimes we have like a confront.
Okay, so your interests are an obstacle. Landed good on that word there.
Obstacles.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is the problem, I believe.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. That sometimes our interests run into each other with other interests.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, excellent, Brenda. Okay, and then
Can I-
Maria.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead, Maria.
When I read the book, it's about free economics, and it also has a like a chapter about seatbelts. And they say that seatbelts are designed to, reduce the consequences in car accidents. But they found that after the government, the authorities forced people to wear seatbelts, drivers just start to drive more carelessly. So the number of accidents actually increased after the law was enacted.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so I think that it may be true in this case, when the philosopher said that we should let people do anything they want.
Okay. No, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. It makes me wonder if there's other things that we shouldn't force people to do, and maybe they would do better.
Yeah, because at first the authorities thought that it was good for people to wear seatbelts, but they started to, mess things up.
Okay, good. All right, and let me look at here, Maria. Maria, you said, in your opinion, the age and freedom have an eternal relationship, because we have to have a mature mind to decide things when we start to... Yes, I agree, yes. So you want to be adult enough to decide these things.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to say something there, MD?
Hello? Yeah. Actually, I think opposing law is not good on anyone.
I'm sorry, what?
Opposing any law to anyone, it's not good.
Okay, so why? Why do you think that?
Like wearing helmet. I don't like helmet.
Okay,
I don't want to wear.
Don't wear helmets? Okay.
Yeah.
So imposing laws to wear helmets is not a good thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question. And I'm interested in hearing you guys' opinion. So, especially in America, there's a lot of fast food, okay?
Yeah.
So people eat a lot of fast food and they're gaining a lot of weight, and there's a lot of obesity in the United States. We have the freedom to eat our Big Macs and the freedom to eat our hamburgers and our hot dogs, okay? Wouldn't it be a better thing to say, listen, maybe we shouldn't allow people to eat so many bad things because it's causing bad problems for society, because now we have to pay for hospital bills and for dietitians and all these other things to fix the problems. Would it be better to say, no, we're not going to allow you to eat 5 Big Macs or 5 hamburgers a day?
I don't think it's fair.
You don't think it's fair?
No.
All right, why?
Everyone has his own life, and he have own lifestyle. So I don't think we need to oppose someone.
Okay, impose a law on someone? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the rest of you guys? What do you think?
I agree with you.
Okay.
I read about, I think it was China, where they put a law that if you're a smoker and you get ill like cancer, cancer or something like that, the government is not going to give you medical attention. You can pay it, but free is not going to give it to you.
Okay,
so
interesting.
They sign a paper that they are not going to give medical attention to smokers.
Oh, that's good. Okay, go
I
ahead.
agree with this law.
Okay.
Teacher?
Yes, go ahead, Brenda.
Okay. I believe the law or authority makes some things when you do something affect another people. For example, when you smoke or when you take drugs or something like that, maybe your like behavior make some danger for other persons or people, you know. But when you eat, maybe you don't do like a danger in another people. It's your life. But when the life of other people is affect, is when the authority maybe do some things.
Okay, so our choices affect other people. That's when authority or laws should step in, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, when for example, when the 80% of the people don't smoke, when in this case the authority have to protect the majority, you know?
Okay. That's good. I like that. Yes. Okay. So let's see.
I want to talk.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, in this moment, I don't really sure about the definition about freedom.
Okay.
Because, for example, humans are really controlled about your experience. You know, when you grow up, you have to confront some situation, then control your mind. You know.
Okay. Yeah. So
we're experience. For example, in some cultures, they don't have the same behaviors, you know, the same concept about freedom.
Okay.
They have their own laws. For example,
Hello.
Freedom is a concept. Is a concept that lives in our minds. You know, I think that sometimes. I think that everybody have to the right to decide about his own life, because when we grow up, we have more experience about the life in order to do something, you know.
Okay, so we have more experience about life, so we can make choices with age.
Yeah, but the human is a very conditional very conditional life, very conditional psychology, you know.
Right. So we're conditioned by society and by things.
We are slave
Okay.
our minds. I think that I don't know. It's a difficult to explain.
Okay. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay. So let me ask you another question. While we're talking about this fast food, you guys are talking about fast food and its strange laws. Okay. So people are different than companies and corporations, right? So do you guys think I should make companies educate us about, okay, this is what's in my hamburger, this is what's in my cigarettes, right? This is bad for you or not, right? Or should it be up to the company, or should it be up to the individual to learn about it on his own?
It should be in a company, because he's the one that is providing the.
Okay.
Like here in Mexico, and they stopped doing advertisement about cigarettes, and now in the box of cigarettes, you can read that it says cigarettes provoke cancer.
Okay.
If you smoke, you die.
Here in Egypt, we have the cigarette packs, pictures for people who have ill or something from smoking, like cancer or something like that. Pictures that when you see it, if you are not sure about, you just smoke for smoking, or you smoke just things that you made a habit. So if you see this picture, you will think about it again.
Okay, no, so yes, it's a way of making you think.
Yeah.
Okay, so should like McDonald's or other hamburger joints, should they say, warning, this hamburger will make you fat and give you diabetes?
No.
No?
Maybe, but I think McDonald's is doing that. They do like the calories in each sandwich.
Okay.
Do that, I think.
So if they're sharing the calorie information, maybe we as consumers can make choices?
Yeah.
Okay.
They do it, I think.
Where I think different.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
For example, let me tell teacher, excuse me.
Go ahead.
For example, the scientists are study our mind. You know, in psychology are very studies about our mind, and they know how to control our mind with advertising.
Okay.
For that reason, I think if you want to be freedom, you have to
don't watch commercials.
do our mind to job in our mind, you know, to read a lot, to investigate. In order to do that, maybe you can be freedom, you know, because you have
I think they meant blackmailing.
Because you have the power to decide with a lot of information or with a good information, you know. I think you have freedom in order to have a good information about whatever thing, you know.
Okay. So we should have the freedom to find out. Okay. Imad, you were saying something?
I think they name it blackmailing because advertisement can have a hidden mail inside it that learn you something against your knowledge or may prepare you for something bad from the message.
Okay, so maybe they call that subliminal messages, right? So they're secretly going into your subconscious, saying, you know.
Yes, because you said, okay, yeah, sometimes convinced about their ideas and step by step they will reach to point that you do something not good for you, even if the message literally, if you try to read it literally, it will be kind of advice for you, but you will understand it bad or in a different way because you learned this way in another message.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. Okay. Do you think maybe?
I have a point. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
Okay. I have a point I want to share. When you eat more than normal and you get fat, I think it's your fault, not the company fault. The company is doing great meals. That doesn't make them as a murderer. I think this is your fault. So we should control our desires in life.
Okay. Okay. So again, we have the freedom to choose to eat the bad foods, right?
No, or just eat one meal every 3-4 days, not every day.
Okay.
We control that, not the company. So it's our fault if we get fat from this food, not the.
Right. Okay. No. Good. All right. So going back to the advertising here, do you guys think that maybe I have some secret advertising here that's just like learn English from Burbling, learn English from Burbling. You guys, you will come back, right?
Yeah.
You guys are stuck. All right, good.
We don't know.
Good. Okay. You guys, we are flying through the time here. We have not even read anything else. This is good. This is good. But we might have to do another lesson here so I can finish talking about this. Okay. Does anyone else want to share their opinion? I know we've a lot of people have spoken. Does anyone else want to say anything about this?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Good. And then I think I've missed some of the things. So Maria had some things to say here. If you limit freedom of making up laws for everything, it's not a good way to create awareness because temptation forbidden makes more attractive to break the law. That's a good question. So in the United States, right, they barely started to legalize marijuana, and there's been a lot of debate about whether they should legalize marijuana, right? Now, yeah, so the question is, right, would more people use marijuana if it's illegal, right? Or will more people use it if it's legal, right?
I think that more people will use it because if it's forbidden, it makes you like to think twice before using it. And if it's legal, you just go and buy it. You don't think twice before buying it.
I have an opposite point with Landed. Is that the blocky things are always desirable for people who do smoke things like this.
Okay, so here's something interesting as far as that goes. As far as where I live, right? I live in a state called Utah, and it's actually a very religious state, right? There's a lot of very religious people in Utah that are very against the use of pornography, right, or porn, okay? But there's also studies that say that Utah has the highest consumption of porn in the United States.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Right, because maybe it's so forbidden that more people use it. So
yeah, like here in Egypt, by the way, if we have the first porn chart all over the world. But if you come here in Egypt, you will find all so Muslims and Christians, all of them is very religious, but we have a big chart, number 1 or 2, I'm not sure, in porn movies, porn sites. So it's a very funny thing, you know.
Right. Do that. Okay, so maybe in some sense, if we make things forbidden, we want them more. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another way of looking at it. Okay. So here's another question. Some people might argue and say, okay, marijuana, it's not that bad of a drug. Okay, you're not killing people. But when we talk about meth, do you guys know what meth is?
Methamphetamines.
Yes, methamphetamines. Okay, so that is one of the. It's a far more powerful drug. Okay, that many people, if they use it, they get addicted really quick, and it messes them up pretty good, right? Or what is it? Bath salts. Do you guys know what bath salts are?
No.
Okay, that's another. It's a cheap drug that again just makes people super addicted and just messes their body up. Okay.
You know a lot of drugs.
I've never used them, so. Okay, so right. So here's the question: maybe I could legalize marijuana, thinking it's not going to hurt a lot of people. But what if I legalize these kind of drugs, methamphetamines or bath salts, right? Is that going to hurt a lot of people that maybe? Okay, let me explain this a little better. So I have the freedom to do meth, okay, but once I'm addicted, I lose a lot of my freedom. I'm addicted to it, right? So should I stop people from becoming addicted to these things?
I don't know, because, for example, alcohol is very addictive thing, and if you have a lot of alcohol in your blood, you can be dangerous. And for example, marijuana do the same. If you are with a high thing of that, and I don't know what happened in that situation, because it's the same if you don't have a lot of marijuana or if you don't have a lot of alcohol, you don't are a lot of danger. But if you are high or something like that, you are. It's weird.
I agree with Brenda.
Okay, good. And then Leonard said drugs can kill people if you're high. You can run over people. Okay.
Yeah. You don't have a control in your mind when you are high.
Right. Okay. So it would be good to stop that, to have laws against that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. I believe.
I think it's not good all the time.
Okay, I had a lot of people speak there. One at a time. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to share something.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So in my country, I see that people who are addicted to drugs, they are sometimes, like most of the time, they are also drug dealers. So they probably will give the drugs away to other people and get them addicted as well. So.
Okay.
Yes. We should control the thing.
Yes, so they're affecting other people. They're hurting other people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, you guys, we have got 8 minutes left. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple more things, but I think what I am going to do is I had a whole bunch of other stuff that I wanted to share. So we are going to do another class on John Stuart Mill some other time. So we'll talk more about that. Okay? Okay, first of all, let's go back here. Any other questions or comments?
About the whole class?
Yeah, about anything.
Okay, I just believe, and in fact in the chat put someone that the education is the key for that situation, because if you don't have a limit for some things like hamburgers or alcohol or drugs or something like that, you can be dangerous with yourself and with other people. And I believe if you have the correct education, you don't be danger for anyone. I believe that.
Okay, so that raises maybe another good question. So, okay, we do make kids go to school until they become adults, right?
It's not the school. It's like
the parents.
I don't know what is the
values.
name in English. What is?
Okay.
Like be honest and like protect other people. If you have this with you, you can be a good person, and you can choose the right things, I believe.
Okay, but that is a good question. So how can I make people become educated?
With your house, with values.
Yeah, but it's very hard.
No.
Okay, so maybe at home when they're a kid or school. Okay, but when I have an adult, right?
Yeah, Maria, I agree.
Good. So emotional fan values. Okay, so can I? Okay, so here's another good question. If I have people in prison, okay, can I teach them? Can I teach them to become better?
No.
Yes, you should teach them because
It's very difficult.
if you don't teach them,
It's
they will go
impossible
out
to teach them.
and they will stay to do what they do. So I think you should try to teach them.
Okay, so there's a lot of yes and no's on this. So Hesham said yes. I had a couple no's. Why no? Why will it not help?
Let me say something.
Okay.
I know for a fact that in my country, a lot of drug addicts, they are in prison.
Okay.
But they just don't stop smoking because by some ways they still find a way to maneuver to get the drugs into the prison. So they still consume drugs in the prison.
I think it's the prison manager fault, not point of teaching them. If they teach them well, I think they will stop to do this. You got what I mean?
You can't prevent that 100%, because I know that's also the thing in the United States as well, and that also happens in my country.
Yeah, so
it happened in my country too, by the way. Yeah, I know this. I know what you're talking about, but this is a management problem, not about teaching.
Okay, so this raises an interesting question, okay? Because I had read once that some places in Brazil, some prisons in Brazil, the more books you read, the more time they'll take off your sentence.
I read it too.
Yeah, which I think that's a great idea. I had heard too that the higher level of education that the prisoner attains, the less chance they'll go back. So the re-eviction rate, or them going back, goes down the more educated they become, right? So seeming to say that the more education you have, the less chance you'll go back. Now, we could ask some questions about that though, right? First of all, I can make you learn something, I can rehabilitate you, but you could still choose not to, right? Education won't make you a better person, you still have to choose, right? Okay? And then here's another question. Maybe if I teach you, right, and make you smarter, what I've done is just make you a smarter criminal, right?
Yeah, like
that is the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's not about teaching them math and science. We may teach them social. I don't know how to say it. It's like.
I believe it's like.
Be good.
I'm sorry.
I think it depends on the type of crime. If you're a murderer, it's not the same that you stole a bank.
Okay. Yeah, so a different crime. That's true, because maybe addiction is different than murder, which is different than stealing.
Yeah, maybe an addict, you can reform it and he could become a better person because he's only an addict. But imagine a murderer, he kills people. Maybe it's. I don't think it's impossible, but it will be harder to reform him.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Okay, you guys, I hate to stop this. We've got 1 minute left here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and share. This is my Facebook link. If you guys have, any comments, anything you guys want me to do differently, or any lessons you want me to do, go ahead and give me some suggestions. Send me a message. I'm more than willing to do that. Okay. And you guys were fantastic. This was an awesome class. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed it. So I probably next week I will do another class on John Stuart Mill, and we'll finish talking about that. I think Friday I'm doing another philosophy class on Schopenhauer. We're going to read another one of his works. And I'm also doing another class on Friday. We're just going to play some games, some word games, okay? So, any last questions really quick?
No.
Who is that
Thank
person?
you very much.
talking the whole class, and I don't know what is the
John Stuart Mill is his name that we were talking about.
What is the importance for him in the class?
Yeah, so we were talking about his ideas, his philosophy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I got it.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming. I'm going to close it now, and I will see you guys later, okay?